Hello everyone, it's Carla from Casey Creates. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. It's been a very busy last couple of weeks, coming to the end of the school year. Many of you know I'm teaching art this semester, and I'm teaching clay or pottery and ceramics, which is my first love, and so we're at the end of the semester and we can't really make anything that I can fire and then they can glaze and fire again. It's been really tricky with a hybrid situation anyway, but I decided I would introduce them to sculpty clay or polymer clay and air dry clay for the last couple of weeks so that we could still create but not have to go through the whole firing process. And so while they've been creating, I've been introducing how you can make flowers and food and miniatures out of clay so that I could play with the clay too. And it's really been a stress reliever for me. I have literally been waking up in the middle of the night wishing the night would hurry up so that we could just get through the day. I don't normally preach, I normally preach live in the moment, even if it's just an ordinary day, and don't rush the days away, but I'm just so ready for this school year to be over. So I need to calm myself and be grateful and just let the days go by as God intends them to. I have a cup of tea here, so excuse me. I just thought, okay, I'll make a video and show my crafting friends what I've been up to, and that'll be another means of relaxation for me. So what I had done in the past was I tried to figure out how to do clay roses without looking at any videos or tutorials. But around that time, that's about 2 years ago, I also had a student who was a pastry chef, and oh my goodness, she could make anything out of clay. I mean, the real putsy little flowers and all kinds of little decorations, and so I knew I couldn't do that, so I bought one of these little clay molds, as you can see, and when you put the clay in, they just pop out real nice like that. And that was fine. I just wanted to do them myself. So this week I have literally just been making clay roses over and over and over again. I have these little bling pieces that I got from Craft Supplies for You, which reminds me I need to do another video of my May and June products, and I'll do that soon. But if you can see on here, there's another one of those little what is this one made out of? Acrylic, maybe resin, roses. And then this one came out of my little mold, but I have been creating my own. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna lift this one up on my little knife so you can see, and I'm pretty happy with how they've been turning out. It's just wishing it would be a little more focused. So I made this one by hand. This one came out of the mold, and this is one of the resin ones. So as you can see, with practice, I feel like I've been getting a lot better. And I've even been able to make some super, super tiny ones, like this one. The lighting isn't so groovy, is it? Let me see if I can get them to show up a little. Oh, I think that's better as far as the lighting. And many of you know I'm just real casual about this. I'm not a professional videographer or whatever, however you say that. So bear with me. It is definitely amateur hour here for me, but I wanted to show you how I've been making these. And I literally just have this junk bag of clay that I decided not to throw away. At one point I was going to throw it away, and I'm glad I didn't, because I've had just, and it really goes far, so I've had just enough to mix some really pretty colors. So I was just showing you that to say my goal was to make them by hand And maybe, I don't know, the molded ones look great, but there's just something to be said for the ones that are made by hand. And then I did this time watch some videos, and many of the ladies creating them would roll a log of clay and then just cut the pieces evenly to make their petals. But I'm way too, I don't know the word, I just like to do things on a more natural way. I don't like to be real precise about measuring. So after they cut theirs in exact pieces, they would then roll them into balls, and I decided I just want to roll mine into small little pea-sized shapes. And if they're not all exactly the same size, that's fine, because I don't think everything's exact in nature. And so they also used a little ball tool to roll things. I didn't do that either. To get the center, I would just kind of elongate the little pea-sized shape, and then under my thumb just start rolling it like that. And if it looked a little wrinkled at the top, that was okay to me, because I think that's how they kind of come in nature, roses. And I've never looked at two roses that look exactly the same. So then I did this. I would elongate it, flatten it, elongate it, and then just make sure the seam is in the middle, and then just kind of roll it around, not too tall. And I noticed this shade of pink is a little bit darker, but that's okay with me. So again, I just flatten it a little bit, and oops, let's see if you can see this, and then lay it on the outer edge of the one that I just put down, and again roll it around. Now there's a little bit of a seam right there, but I'm going to put another petal right over the top of it. So I did enjoy watching. There are some absolutely amazing polymer clay flower crafters on YouTube. The flowers just look so petal-like and delicate. And so sometimes you can either roll them out a teeny bit, or even give one petal a little bit of a pinch, just to make it look more realistic. And the center of this one almost looks cinnamon rollish, but You know, some of them I can get away from that look, and others I just have to go with it. And then again, I just overlap it and give it a little roll like that, and curl it out just a little bit. And you can just do that as much as you want. I think I'll do one more. The other thing I noticed is that, see, I flattened that one too much, and when that happens I just roll it up again. So this is really forgiving clay. But I was going to say is I noticed a lot of the artists would wear gloves, and I understand why, because your fingerprints do get on the actual petals, and if they're too noticeable I do kind of go back and wipe them off. But there's one rose. And then I have this, hold on, let me see if it's in my bag here. The polymer clay kits come with these little flat razors, and so I'm just gonna cut it off flat like this. And then I just line them up on my little parchment paper until I have a whole bunch. This is tea-dyed paper right here. And then I throw them in the, not throw them, put them in the oven for about, because of the thickness, it's 15 minutes for flat pieces, and then I can't remember how much per inch, but these are basically 30 minutes at 275 degrees. And so these aren't baked yet, but I do have an entire bag of baked ones. Here, I'll make one more here, and then I'll show you what turned into a nice therapy for me all week, which was making these. So I've rolled that, and then I'm just gonna smush my little pea-size shaped pieces and put them around. I don't know if I told you guys this, but we have well, every year they have a Union County art exhibit for all of the schools in the county, and this year it was virtual. It was all virtual, but I submitted the work from my students, and we won 3 awards: an honorable mention, a 2nd place, and a 3rd place in ceramics, which was really exciting. I'm not sure why I just shared that with you. I was going to tell you something else related to that, but oh well. That is a nice highlight to a very challenging year of teaching, to have the kids actually win some awards for their work. I thought if I keep talking, what I was going to tell you would come back, but it's still not back. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. I just skipped out on my family. I said I'm going to go make a video. It's Thursday here. I'm sure it's Thursday everywhere, except maybe in another country. Hello to all my wonderful subscribers in other countries. I just love your presence. It's really special to know that you can have a connection all around the world. Oh, and that is one other thing I was going to talk to you guys about. So anyway, there is another rose. So I just love how they come together. I feel like I've gotten a little more efficient just by practicing. And I've been making it a goal to use up all my scraps and just keep making and making and making, because they'll last. So these are soft and still need to be baked. Look at this teeny tiny one. You see that? Can never tell where the center is. I'm going to cut this one off a little bit too. How long have I been chatting? Oh, it's about 13 minutes. Okay, so just wanted to show you what I've been up to as far as crafting. And it is the clay flowers. And I'll show you my huge bag of the ones I've been making. I'm going to save the little pendant and earring ones and do another video, because I've also been making some pendants and earrings in little teardrop shapes, but I've been treating the surface of them in an interesting way. So I'll show you that in another video, so as to not make this one too terribly long. But here's a bag of the roses that are already baked. I hope you can see them. This one is pearlized clay. I love this one. And I slice them on the back so that they'll lay flat, and some of them I put a little loop. I don't do jewelry at all. As a matter of fact, in college I was supposed to take art metals, and it was the one course for some reason I never got on my schedule, and I still regret it to this day, because I think I would have really enjoyed it. So I don't really do jewelry at all, especially beading. I have a great admiration for people who do jewelry and beading. So these are all my handmade roses, including some really super tiny ones. I'm gonna see if I can find something to put them on and show you. These teeny tiny ones I even made. I was challenging myself to see how small I could go, and I have had the best time making these. So I guess that's enough for you to get the idea of what I've been up to. I did try some little daisy shapes, but I accidentally left those in the oven too long, so they've taken on more of a beige color. You probably can't tell from the camera. I love this one though. It got a little dark, but it has more of a vintage look to it just because of that. So anyway, these are the ones I made that I'm quite proud of because of the size, how tiny they are. And then I also tried my hand at some clay buttons. So I have those. Got some heart buttons that I've been decorating. That one got a little misshapen. And I did a bunch of tiny little leaves. So I've been assembling some pendants, and I'll come back and show you my little menagerie of pendant decorations I've been doing. But I had mentioned my overseas subscribers and friends, and I really do consider you friends. I'm very grateful for the connections I've been able to make as a result. And several of my overseas friends participated in my snippet roll challenge that I had a couple months ago. And so I got real busy and made a whole bundle of thank yous to send. And several of you here in the States have probably seen a bright pink envelope like this show up in the mail. And inside, I was very happy to be able to send along a little thank you that said, "Bless you." So they're little Kleenex tissue holders. Well, just tissue holders, and they say "Bless you." And then there's a little applique and a bulb pen with a little heart charm and a little handmade with love charm. And inside you should have some tissues. I used some vintage lace trim. And on the back there's a pocket, and in the pocket I slipped a little organza bag And in the bag there's an emery board and just some little things, just in case things is what I call them, bobby pins, safety pins, a cough drop, and they tuck back there. So I was just thinking that might be a nice little favor to send along to hopefully let you know how much I appreciate each of you that participated. I didn't send it to the winners because I sent the winners their winnings as well as a little thank you note, but inside there's a card, and I deliberately didn't write on it because I thought you could reuse this, but the note just says, "This is just a small token of appreciation to say thank you, my crafty friend, for kindly entering my snippet roll giveaway challenge. God bless you and happy crafting, Carla from Casey Creates." And so they just go like this. And I bundled up, how many did I do? I had a total of 15, and minus the 3 winners, I sent 12, I thought. So I just carried my happy little self to the post office, and I put them in the mail. And when I came to the counter with my 4 international ones, I said, well, do you mind just weighing this and letting me know how much one would be? Now, I have to say, pre-pandemic, shipping was already kind of high. And then I noticed it was gradually getting a little bit higher, but I had no idea. This is literally, I think he told me it was somewhat ounces. It was hardly anything. And the envelope for international wasn't even going to be this big. It was going to be about this big. And he said it was $18.74. Now, the package of Kleenex was only $2. And I sewed all of the rest myself. So I'm going to guess this little bundle would have been about $3 maybe, if you averaged it out per $3 to $5 to create this, because I ordered the little cards and things. And so I was just so disappointed. And then I was like, oh my goodness, I can't spend 4 times the amount to create this just to mail it. $18.74 to places like Australia and England. So then I had to email my friends that were going to get these, the 4 people, and profusely apologize because I wanted them to know how horrified I was by the cost. Because you know what? This only costs like $4 to mail in the United States, within the United States. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even be giving you all this information. I just was letting you know that I'm very disappointed that I wasn't able to mail those to the international friends. So what I thought I could do is just take the Kleenex out. So I actually just took all 4 of them back home. I took the Kleenex out, and I thought, with them being flat, I just haven't made it back to the post office yet, but I'm sure that will reduce the cost quite a bit because it is about the thickness as well. So if you, I feel like my international friends have already heard from me, but I just want to say again how sorry I am that I didn't get yours in the mail at the same time I got the United States ones in the mail, and I will still be mailing them, so don't give up on me. And thank you for your patience. Everyone's been, of course, very understanding, but that was a rude awakening to show up at the post office and to tell me that that was going to cost almost $20. I was like, what in the world is going on? So I'm going to continue on having fun with my little clay roses and see if I can keep improving my skill. And I'm not going to keep you any longer because this has been 22 minutes. You may already see I've tried a little cabochon here, and I'll come back and tell you about that if you're interested. I still have my giveaway going on. It's just to get input from my subscribers about D-Stash and junk journal kits, and I've been getting some really great feedback, so thank you for that. If you'd still like to participate, the video, I'll link it in the description box in case you want to join in. I'm gonna close the giveaway. I said Saturday, but I'm actually gonna close it on Sunday, and I think that would be the 21st, the 23rd of May. So thanks for visiting with me, everybody. Thanks for understanding about the mail, everyone. I'm sorry, I hope I don't sound like a cheapskate. It just didn't seem feasible to do something that costly. And if I do send something, I'd certainly want to put more than a package of Kleenex to make it worth the money. So maybe that's an option too. Maybe I can just send you some extra goodies. But thanks for watching, and I'll be back again soon. I hope you're all well. Take care.